So, there were plenty of times in my life where I felt like I was stuck, but on the outside and on paper, I was actually doing really well in life. And I know that there's a lot of people that struggle with this. I know a lot of people who are successful, right? They've done so many things, they've done everything right or the right way as it is perceived, but they still feel like that they're missing something. They still feel like that they're stuck in this game called life. And I want to talk about a couple of things that has happened to me personally and some of the things that I've heard from other people that I coach about how they feel stuck in life, even though on paper and in the real world, they look amazing, right? So the first thing, you've achieved stability, but not fulfillment, okay? So a lot of people spend their years chasing a good career, financial stability, promotions, responsibilities, and success as you would see it like on paper, right? But the truth of the matter is once they finally got there, or once even sometimes like myself, I finally got there, I still felt like I was incomplete. I still felt like I was stuck. And I want to tell you guys that sometimes the feeling of being stuck isn't because like your life is bad or anything like that. It's because, and I don't think a lot of people think about this, it's because you've outgrown survival mode and now your mind is searching for something deeper, something with more purpose, with more passion, with more creativity, or just more meaning in general, like just figuring out what it is you need to do. And this is very common for high functioning, high earning professionals like myself and probably like a lot of you guys watching right now. And what I will say to you guys is this: it can be very difficult to navigate this because on the outside, not only you look good, but the people around you will look at you and believe that you look good as well too. And sorry, there was a gnat on my glasses. And then there's my thing. Yep. Okay. So, fuck. Are you kidding me? Shit. All right. So, essentially, because a lot of people on the outside look at you and they believe that you have it all because you look successful, inside of you, you truly don't feel that way. And I know that that can be difficult because, again, I've struggled with that a lot of times. The second thing I want to kind of bring up is that a lot of times you feel stuck, even though on paper and on the outside you look good, is because you're growing internally faster than the environment is changing around you, okay? So sometimes your mindset evolves before your actual life catches up, right? So give you a case in point. Sometimes you'll know exactly where you want to save your money, where you want to invest your money. You know what stocks you want to get involved into. If there's crypto you want to get involved in, you know where you want that money to go. But sometimes maybe your finances haven't fully caught up yet, even though you might make a bunch of money. You might do well in life, but you got other obligations and other responsibilities and financial things you got to take care of. So you know you've evolved here, but you haven't evolved on the outside, right? So you may start wanting like more freedom. You want to just have more creativity, right? Like creating content, having a bigger impact, not only on yourself, but within your community of the people that you know, right? You want to have new experiences. You want to be able to get out and do more things because you've done well in life, right? Personal expression. So expressing yourself more because you've been kind of caged in for a long time, doing everything the right way, the Boy Scout way or the Girl Scout way, right? If you want to get into entrepreneurship, you've always been held back from that because, again, you kind of fell on the job. I can speak to that as well, right? And also having deeper connections, not only with just within yourself, but deeper connections with the people that are around you, your loved ones and everything like that. So I will tell you guys this. What tends to typically happen is you guys want those things because I wanted those things as well too. But what happens is that you want all of those things I just mentioned, but your daily routine still looks exactly the same. So you still have that same job. You have the same habits, the same environment, and the same structure, right? So nothing has changed, right? And what that does is it creates internal tension within you, because you're not necessarily failing, right? Because you have all of these great things that you've done and all this stuff that you've accomplished. You may just actually be evolving. And I don't think a lot of people really think about it in that way, right? This pretty much connects to like a content creator journey, or like it just like I said, just a journey where you know that you need to teach something or be more involved in something, where the creativity part comes in. I think that's where it kind of helps a lot more, right? So that's the second thing that I feel as though makes people feel like they're stuck even when they're really not on the outside. And the last thing that I want to talk about when it comes to this is that success does not automatically heal emotional exhaustion, okay? So even though you're a person, just like I'm a person, who makes really good money, who has a respectable career, who is pretty responsible-ish, you know, maybe Monday through Friday, maybe not so much Saturday, Sunday, and you have accomplishments in life, right? But you still feel mentally drained, or you still feel emotionally disconnected, right? So you're probably asking yourself, why? Why do I still feel like this even though I've accomplished all of these things? And the truth of the matter is that all of those things that you have done, all of those things have increased the pressure that you've put on your life, right? And you have to understand that you guys have built that pressure just like I have. I have built that pressure over the years. The pressure of responsibility, the pressure of being a leadership, not just only in my profession, but within my community. The pressure of my family obligations, being able to take care of my mom and provide for my dad and do things for my kids. You know, just stress in general, right? That stuff builds up over time. The pressure of your routine, making sure that you follow your routine each and every day, the things you want to do, and also the pressure of carrying out expectations, guys. That is a big one, especially for me. I've had expectations since I was 15 years old. And I feel like a lot of times in my life, I did not live up to my full potential and the expectations that were put onto me, not just by myself, but the people that were close to me, the people in my family, my friends, the community that I was in. I did feel that way for a very long time. And I will tell you guys, a lot of successful people quietly feel like that they're functioning, but they don't feel like they're fully alive. That does not mean that you're ungrateful. And I want to be very, very clear. I am not trying to make this content or this video today stating that I am ungrateful for all the things that I have gotten being professionally successful. It just means that I'm human, right? I'm human, guys. I want more like everybody else. I want to feel fulfilled and do more things just like everybody else in this world, right? And I think one of the hardest things about realizing that you can be doing well on the outside but still feel stuck on the inside is that you can have the career, responsibility, the money, the accomplishments, and just feel like something's missing. But I will tell you this, guys, I am starting to realize that the feelings, that feeling stuck does not always means that you're failing. Okay, I want to be very, very clear. I want to say it one more time. Feeling stuck does not mean that you are failing. Okay, I want to be clear about that. Sometimes it just means that you are growing into a different version of yourself. A different version of your life just hasn't caught up yet. And that happens to us from time to time. It happens to us a lot, okay? So, and I'll level with you guys, I think that's part of the reason why I really started to create content. Part of the reason why I started to create content. I think a part of me really needed something to be creative about, something personal, something that made me feel connected to you guys, and to the people that love me, right? To leave something behind, you know what I mean? And to be challenged again, right? Especially when you've ascended to the tops of corporate America and you really want to challenge again, then you do something like create content. And I just want you guys to know that if you've been feeling this way too, just know you're not alone, all right? Sometimes the next level of your life starts when you stop ignoring the feeling, and because you just know that there is more inside of you, okay? So I just want you guys to understand that, all right? Listen, make sure that you guys like, subscribe, and also comment too, guys. If you've ever, ascended in your corporate life and you felt stuck even though you've done well on the outside, guys, talk about it. Let's leave it in the comments. Talk about what it's like for you. Talk about what you've done to try to get yourself out of it. And we'll talk about this in future videos as well too. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next one.